How you guys doing? This is Slime Green Beats. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys some of the basics of FL Studio. More specifically, how to import audio, how to copy and paste patterns, and also notes in the piano roll, how to use your computer keyboard as a piano keyboard, how to export in WAV files and MP3 files, also how to save the FLP, so basically save the your FL Studio project, and then lastly, how to zoom in and out. So I've been using FL Studio for about 5 years. It's one of the best programs I've ever purchased. Definitely a great investment. So I'm just going to cover some of the most common basic things in this video. Before I get started, make sure you guys check out the How to Make Beats book brought to you by Slime Green Beats. Available on Amazon. There's a link in the description. This is a great book if you're a beginner beat maker. It's definitely a really comprehensive, great book. Really should be 5 stars here, but you know how people are. Hitting us with the foes. Yeah, some good stuff here. Make sure you guys check it out. It's a great book. Took us forever to write it. And yeah, so let's get right to it. First, we're going to start with importing audio. So in order to import audio, you need to have the FL Studio Producer Edition or the FL Studio Signature Edition. So if you're using the trial version, importing audio is not going to work. And importing audio is really easy. All you have to do is just drag the audio file. So you could just drag your MP3 file into FL Studio. So for example, I'll just drag this one in here. Just drag it in like that. And bam, you can just hit play. Okay, that is how to import audio. Next, we're going to talk about copying and pasting patterns and the notes in the piano roll. So if you have a pattern here, so for example, we'll just make a quick pattern with some hi-hats. And this is also a way to find instruments, like a bonus thing to learn. You can get like stock drum sounds here. So like, for instance, hi-hats, you can go to Legacy, Packs here. Pull up the browser here. First, Packs, Legacy, Drums. This is just one of the locations. There's a lot of other locations in here, so just explore this, but find some like classic hi-hat sounds here. So, and this is how you place something in the mixer, but let me not confuse anybody here. So basically, if we're like this, and we just want to duplicate the pattern or copy and paste the pattern, there's a couple different ways to do that. First of all, let's close the browser and let's focus on this real quick. Okay, so we can copy and paste the pattern by just left clicking here and then left clicking here. So you could do it that way. And if you want it shorter, you can kind of pinch this in. You can go like boom or boom. Or if you want to clone the pattern or duplicate the pattern, you can clone. Right click here and then go to clone, and now your pattern 2 is a series of hi-hats too. So to copy this in the piano roll, so you can double click into the pattern, which brings you into the piano roll, or you could also just click this. If you have the pattern selected, you could just click view piano roll, view the pattern and the sound, so you have to also click on the sound in the channel rec. But yeah, you would just click this and you can highlight. You can use these brackets. I prefer to hold down Control. It's a little bit faster, so you can just hold down Control, highlight like this. You can, and it's the same controls on a lot of different platforms. So Control C, Control V, or Control B. Control B will lay it all like automatically in the next like space. Now if you Control C, Control V, then it'll like copy it into like a kind of a weird space. In fact, I very, very rarely use Control C, Control V. In fact, I don't think I ever use that. What I will usually do 9 times out of 9 is Control like that. And you want to select this area up here so it goes into this area here. So this just takes practice, but yeah. Control and then Control B. So like B as in boy, botanical garden, Batman, Belarus, Bionicle, Beijing, Brain, Boing, Benz, Barry, black, blue, beige, B. Now we're going to talk about using the piano, your computer keyboard as a piano. So this is actually really easy. You're just going to click this button up here. So when you click this button, now if I select a sound, so to find an instrument or to find a sound, a lot of different places to find it, but most common would be add here, and you would pick your synth VST here, so just your VST. A really popular beginner one is Citrus. So you can go to Citrus, you can hit the presets, so presets are just presets, and you can find a bunch of different sounds here, so we could just pick, say for instance, this piano right here. And now when we hit on our computer keyboard, I'm hitting the letter N and V. So that's how you can play on your computer keyboard. And then to record, you're just going to hit this and then play, and it's going to record on whatever BPM you have. So if you want to turn the metronome on, you can go like this. And just recorded that. Essentially. So yep, that's how you use a computer keyboard. And if you're pressing this for the first time, I suggest, and you see the options here, I suggest recording it into the playlist. Now I'm going to talk about how to export. So how to export, this is obviously an essential thing. You're going to click File, Export, Wave file. You can click either of these. It's going to kind of go to the same location, but you can click Wave file, name it whatever, and this is where it's going to save it. So in my download folder, be like save this, and it's going to save it as a Wave file. But you can if you want to change it at that point, you can select MP3 or these other ones. I don't ever use these, but you can save it as MP3, Wave, or both. You can save it both at the same time, and it'll have two different files. This is important up here, full song or pattern. Do you want to export the whole pattern, or do you want to export the actual song? So probably full song in most situations. Cut remainder, I prefer to have this, but leave remainder you can also do. And that's just like how this song ends. Like you'll know when you do this. It's one of those things you just have to like try and experiment with. Yeah, and then whatever you want to go with here is okay. I prefer HQ for all plugins, just for higher quality. I would try to up the resampling rate to whatever your computer can handle. And if you want to export like stems, you would split the mixer tracks here. That's a little advanced. That's pretty much it. And then just hit start. And my start is kind of like cut off here, but start down here. Yeah, so that's how you export. That is how you'll export. And then to save an FLP, we're going to go to File, Save As, and just whatever you want to call it, and just save. And that's just where it is, and you can just open it. So, and again, that's another one. I believe you need FL Studio Producer Edition or FL Studio Signature Edition to do. So that's another one of those things. And then last, we're gonna talk about zooming in and out, because this is essential. You've probably seen me zooming out several times just in this video. Zooming is important. You could use this, but I prefer to just use your mouse. I would use the mouse, and then there's a couple of different ways to zoom. You could use your mouse and kind of like use the scroll on your mouse. I always recommend having a mouse and using a mouse when making beats. But you can also click this here. This here will kind of like, what you're seeing. That's what it does. And then this also does what you're seeing, kind of stretches it out. So if you just like click on this, yep, and then boom, boom, that'll get you pretty much everything you want right there. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Let me know if you guys want to have any questions about FL Studio basics. Preferably send me an email so I can better document it and have it saved. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys want to see next and whatnot. Gonna keep this under 10 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.